Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant Chess Wise. Today we are going to discuss about the game between Carlsen and Nepomniachtchi. So the topic is transition to King and Pawn Endgame. Okay. So what we mean by transition means we are going to transpose or get into the position of King and Pawn Endgame. So from one endgame we will go into another. So if we look at the position here, we see that White has rook, knight and 2 pawns for the queen, and at this point it looks like nothing much can happen because black cannot take the rook nor is the pawn threatened. So with the last move queen is on g6, it is threatening both the pieces. But if we see queen cannot take the rook because of the knight fork, and queen cannot take the pawn also again because of the knight fork. But if the king moves to d8, then both will be hanging, and the main problem is what to play now for white. If for example the knight moves away, knight cannot go to g7, knight f6 check just allows the king to come to e7. Okay, so white found a way here to cut the black king off, and he uses a tactics based on king and pawn endgame. So that is what is our today's topic. White played the strong move rook f7. See the calculation what is based here. After the move queen e6, white is ready to give up rook, knight and pawn. He is returning all that for the queen. Okay, so now comes knight g7 check, king takes the rook, then knight takes the queen, and after k e6, if we recollect our previous lessons on king and pawn endgame, we see that the only move kg5 and white will win the game. Now what happens? After kf7, king f5, we take the opposition and the king will reach the 6th rank. Once the king reaches the 6th rank, we will reach position number 2, which is winning for white. So here black can try the move king to e7, to which again kf5 is blunder because it allows opposition. After the move kf7, the black king gets the opposition. So now white goes kg6, again taking the king to the 6th rank. After now ke6, f5 check, ke7 and kg7. So my point of making this video is basically to make you understand whether it is a top modern grandmaster, okay, or it's a world championship match here, but the basics of king and pawn endgame is same for everyone. So any player who understands these basics of king and pawn endgame, he will be able to calculate and try to use this in his own games also. Let's go back to the game and see what was played. So in the game, after the move rook f7, now the first threat is knight f6 check, kd8, e7, and the e8 pawn will become queen, that too with a check even with the king on c7. So black steps out of the threat by the move kd8. Now what has happened? Now we note that the e6 pawn is attacked. Okay, once e6 is gone, the game will be drawn. Any move like knight g7 would allow to give check. So what happens here? White plays the good move f5. Now we see that the pawn on f5, pawn on e6 and the rook on f7, all the three protect each other. Okay, and knight is capable of stopping the queen's checks. So now the queen is attacked, queen went away. Queen went to g2. Now the queen is trying for checks from f2 and h2. That is the only way to hold the game if black is able to arrange checks. So now white played knight to g7, and now we see that e7 and e8. It's not possible to control the e8 square in any manner. So e7 check, king moves, then e8 will be checked by the rook. So here all black can try is giving checks. In the game actually black resigned over here. But after the checks, let's try to understand. King goes to g5, again check, king hides to h6, again check, kg6, again check, king h7, and now after any more checks, king is just safe on g8, and it's impossible to guard anymore because after e7, queen e7, rook e7, k e7, that endgame is winning for white. Okay. So simply the knight can go to h5 and the f6 square will be guarded and white will win the game. Let's say if he plays something like qg5, then e7, qe7, rook e7, king e7, and now the move knight h5. f6 square is guarded, and by force the pawn will become queen. So I use this concept now because we have dealt about the king and pawn endgame in quite some detail, and my idea was to show you that whatever knowledge we are acquiring from the basics of the game or endgame, that is useful, same for us and same for the grandmaster or super grandmaster level. Okay, I hope you are enjoying these lessons. Do like, share and subscribe the channel. Thanks for your time.